that night. By sunset, we'd guided them to a sympathetic young family with 3 children and a large house. But we've discovered another snag. Tomorrow is a Jewish holy day and therefore a day of rest. The family are more than happy to entertain their guests for an extra night and to oversee the birth if need be, but we will lose another day. Joseph is too good a man to even consider travelling on a religious festival. Mary, like us, is aware that her baby is very close to being born and that she is not yet in the right place. I and the team must talk. The following afternoon. Mary, Joseph and the donkey are all looking much better for a rest and some relaxed family worship. They've been royally spoilt by the mother, Mrs. Mathewson. The 2 women have been seated in the garden discussing the gruesome details of childbirth. Joseph is having a foretaste of family life, sharing an energetic and playfully violent game with Mrs. Mathewson's 2 boys. According to Firmian, the rest has caused Mary's early contractions to slow down. This is good news for our chances of getting to Bethlehem in time. I instructed all the angels to rest too. Our boss's demand for his creatures to have regular rest periods applies to us as well. They took the morning off. As Mary and Joseph were finishing their lunch, another problem emerged. Mrs. Mathewson is insisting that Mary is in no state to travel any further and that she must stay and have her baby where she is, while Joseph goes to Bethlehem alone. Unfortunately, Mrs. Mathewson is not a lady one can easily say no to, and is convinced that it is her duty to force Mary to stay. Poor old Joseph is as far out of his depth as he was with his own mother when 3 years old. He cannot explain the real reason why they must move on, and he will not tell even the smallest untruth. Mrs. Mathewson has concluded that he is an idiot. Shortly after sunset. Twice during the afternoon, Joseph carried all the luggage down to the stable and started to load it onto the donkey. Only for Mrs. M to carry it back up to their room, telling Joseph, "You are a stupid and useless man. You do not deserve such a beautiful wife." Whenever Mary tried to intervene, Mrs. M would say, "You sit down, my dear, and let me handle this." Shortly after the sun sank behind the mountains, we had a lucky break. The youngest Mathewson fell and received a nasty cut to his right knee. Nothing to do with us, I assure you. While Mrs. M was dealing with the blood, dirt and tear-filled eyes, Joseph threw their bags on the donkey and our 2 travellers slipped quietly onto the Jerusalem road. They left a polite note of thanks for the bewildered and furious Mrs. Mathewson. The holiday is over. Mary and Joseph are on the move again, and Joseph is determined to reach Bethlehem tonight, no matter how long it takes. And he'll need to. Firmian has just informed me that the motion of the donkey has sent Mary into labour for real, and the son will be born tonight. This sent us into a forced 10 panic. I need someone to go ahead and check out Bethlehem and tell Sephram to pack his bags, but who? Firmian must stay with the baby. I dare not take Hagog away from the donkey, and I'd need Math's quick thinking in case anything else goes wrong. I've decided to go myself. The angels in the operations room will manage without me. Here goes. An hour before midnight. Sephram and I are sitting in his room waiting for our little entourage to arrive. Since I left my office, I've not had any direct contact with Math and his team. I'm told that they are still on their way and that the baby has not yet started his final descent into the thin airs of planet Earth. The Sephram plan is beautifully simple. He has occupied his room for weeks. When Mary and Joseph arrive at the hotel, he will leave and they can go straight into the vacant room. Now that I am completely immersed in the narrow stream of Earth time, I can do nothing but wait. I must say, Sephram's human disguise is superb. I passed over his room twice before realising that he was indeed the angel I was looking for. We've talked over the plan so many times that Sephram refused to do so again and snapped, "Why don't you do something else like scribble in that notebook of yours?" Clearly he's been affected by the rudeness and terrestrial surroundings. We will probably need to put him in some sort of quarantine when he goes back to base. Anyway, here I am scribbling in my diary while Sephram anxiously watches the North Road into this sleeping town. The wait gives me a moment to reflect on what is going to happen tonight. Right here, in this comfortable little room which Sephram carefully chose. Here, the creator of everything that is, was, or ever will be, is going to squeeze his way out of a very tight place and become just one of goodness knows how many tiny creatures that are totally dependent on their tired mothers. Sephram has spotted a man with a donkey walking up the hill in the moonlight.